This is regarding security. In 2007, Canadian Security Magazine listed the annual budget of security at $2 million. And my question is, I suspect there's nobody here who could answer it, how much of that is dedicated to actual assessment and monitoring of that? Is there any of that money towards evaluation and authentic accountability?
Brenda?
I'm not sure what the $2 million is or what's being referred to at this point. I'm kind of caught off guard. But the budget itself, a lot of it is staff related in terms of the resources that are in the budget and the operations. The oversight of security normally would not be budgeted directly in security, but would be budgeted in the director's area and the overseer's area. I really don't have a specific answer at this point, and we don't normally cost out how much of people's time is spent in overseeing or monitoring and costing it that way. This is really the service delivery unit we're talking about, I believe, or is what's referring to, and the administration and the support and the supervision of it would be in another area.
Okay, thank you. Two other questions?
Yes?
Yeah, thank you for I noticed that security cameras on buses were raised, and to be clear, I strongly support video surveillance. It's an important tool irreplaceable tool for law enforcement. My problem is the lack of oversight and monitoring. So thank you, Madam Mayor, for raising the whole issue of human rights and so on. Freedom of Information confirms that Mississauga Corporate Security has routinely violated both the provincial guidelines to video surveillance cameras in public places and also its own video surveillance policy. So I'm wondering what, regarding cameras, video surveillance cameras, number one, what has video surveillance been discussed at any level with Peel Regional Police? That is, what is the consultation that's being done by the city and specifically transit and Peel Regional Police? I know the City of Toronto does that.
Who would like to answer that? It's not a budget item, but...
Well, it is in the sense that you're going to be approving video surveillance cameras for the 2010 budget. And I'd like to know that when you're saying, yes, go ahead, put these on, and I also read that you're putting in more video surveillance cameras in underground parking. And I happen to know that there's no that through Freedom of Information that you're supposed to be justifying where video surveillance cameras are, and there's no responsive records. And when I filed Freedom of Information with the City of Brampton, they have lists of all of it. They are following procedure. So what I'm trying to do is, before you approve budgets, I'm trying to see what kind of homework is being done first. And if that's okay, it's just a question. If it's not a budget item, then I respect that too.
Yeah.
Well, I was just going to, if I understand the question correctly, I think you're saying what records will be kept. And as part of putting in the cameras on the buses, we will have procedures of how long we keep the data, etc., who could have access to it. There's a lot of issues around, what are you going to use the information for? So we will definitely be dealing with that part of it and putting in place procedures of what the information can be used for, how long we keep it, and dealing with that.
Does that answer your question?
It answers my question. It doesn't reassure me because, as you know, through audit, the number of policies that have been proven to be violated, to be able to say, oh, we're going to have policies in place. These policies were in place and that they've been violated. But anyway, I'm just content at this point to raise the issue. So thank you.
There are policies that that have not been followed. There's no question about it. The audit committee has pointed that out, but they're not enormous. It's just every so often an error is made.
Thank you.
Thank you. Motion to adjourn.